When you're locating a utility line, treat the indicated depth reading as an estimate. Use it to determine what's needed to get the job done, 20 minutes with a shovel or half day with a backhoe. But never use the indicated depth as a guide when using mechanical excavation equipment. If you call 811 to mark out utility lines, they'll give you a location, but rarely, if ever, will they give you depth. They don't want to be responsible for damage to a utility or injury to your crew because their depth reading was a few inches off. So why would the depth be off? Well, receivers calculate depth by measuring the difference in signal strength at 2 points in space. Your RIDGID receiver measures the difference between the upper and lower antenna nodes. The signal is strongest closer to the source and gets progressively weaker as you move farther away. And we can get you a good depth estimate based on that difference. But a number of factors can affect the depth calculation. As we showed in a previous tip, the receiver is actually measuring distance. So for the depth to be meaningful, the receiver must be touching the ground. Environmental factors can also be an issue. Anything that affects the shape of the signal field can affect the depth calculation. The receiver's position is also a factor. It needs to be perpendicular to the signal source. If it's not, the upper antenna will be closer to the signal source, which means there will be less of a difference between the two antennas, and that will affect the depth calculation. Depth can also vary slightly at different frequencies. So no matter how many times you've used your RIDGID locating tools and found the depth to be spot on, you always want to treat it as an estimate. The only way to be absolutely certain of a utility's position and depth is to expose it by potholing or hand digging and visually confirm its position. As always, if you want more information on these tools or how to use them, visit their product pages on RIDGID.com or stop by the Sea Snake Support website.